Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? So I'm back with another Conquerors Blade video. This time around I'm going to be teaching you the best way to play Glaive. Now, I just want to show you how much I have played Glaive over my career, just so you know that I should know exactly what I'm talking about. So, going through every single season and every single bit of time since the closed beta, since when I first started playing, you will see quite easily that Glaive is actually the the weapon I've used the most by a long shot in this game. So the Glaive is a very good weapon. It's a very strong weapon, it's a very powerful weapon, but it's also a very utilizable weapon as well, with the skills and stuff which you do get from the different weapon skills. So going into the skills page, now I have maxed out Glaive totally, and I have tried every single skill on this page numerous times, and I have built what I think is the best version of the Glaive in its current format. Whether this changes in the next couple of seasons or not, I don't know. However, right now, just at the end of season 4 and just before the start of season 5, I think this is the best build for the Glaive currently. So Q I have as God of Battles. This increases all allied units attack power, that's units and heroes, by 15%, which is absolutely huge. It increases your own attack power by 15% as well, which is absolutely massive. This is very good for units which charge into battles, so all your pikes and your sword infantry. Just before you get them to charge, hit this button. This will increase their attack power by 15%, and this usually helps them overwhelm whatever enemy they're attacking. It's a very useful skill if used properly. Not a lot of Glaive players use this one, but it definitely turns the tide of battles. I would definitely advise you play this skill. Breaker of Shields is next, so this is a very good skill because it does blunt damage. No one really has blunt armor, so you do a lot of damage, and also it breaks through shields, which is really good because if someone is constantly using their shield trying to block your attacks, you can use this and it will remove that shield for you to actually launch an attack on someone. My R is Warlord's Greeting, so this actually does stun your enemy for 2 seconds, and it does a lot of damage as well. This sets up the combo ready for your ultimate, because this gives you the time you need to actually launch that ultimate and do a buttload of damage. It's a very, very useful skill. It's also a very damaging skill as well, but I use it mainly for the CC effect or the stun effect of the skill. Last but not least is Flying Reaper. This skill does insane amounts of damage. So if you time it well with your R skill, this does and can kill enemies literally within 2 shots if you're including your R skill as well. This does a lot of damage. The most damage I've ever done with the skill is about 21,000 damage. It's absolutely nuts of a skill. So I have tried Conquerors Blades. It's an okay skill, but it's very dependent on actually if there's any enemies around which could knock you out of your ultimate, and that includes units as well. It's very easy to get knocked out of this ultimate, which is a shame because I think this would be a very useful skill in certain situations, but I've just found through playing that Flying Reaper is definitely the one to go for. So if you're going through the Glaive and you haven't got many skill points, you want to be focusing on this skill tree here. So you get the God of Battles attack buff and then the Flying Reaper ultimate. You also have your Warlord's Greeting, which is the CC skill, the stun skill on this tree here. And then finally you have your Breaker of Shields, which is just the start of this skill tree here. I used to use Arc of Steel. Arc of Steel was very, very good at doing a lot of damage to units. However, I found that actually the damage buff which I can give out to literally every single unit around me actually does a lot better and helps me in a lot more situations than Arc of Steel ever did. So I will show you in a second, just dueling one of my housemates, Kane, what the combos and the patterns are that I use. However, firstly, before I get into that, I just want to show you I have gone full strength build with this. So I originally tried a hybrid build of strength and agility. I have found that going full strength is the best way of doing this. I also have the Carnifex set, which increases my strength, agility, toughness and armor by 10. Carnifex set I would definitely recommend you getting, because although it's only medium armor, that 10 increase to your strength does make a difference. Plus as well, it actually increases your piercing, slashing and blunt damage by 150 each as well. So this is a pure damage dealing set. You are a little bit squishy, just bear that in mind, but actually if you're wearing medium armor, you want to be kind of jumping in, doing as much damage as you can, and then coming straight back out. You are not a front line soldier, so you don't want to be stood on the front line taking a lot of damage. It doesn't take a lot for you to get knocked out. I meant the Royal Sentries set, which I'm just flashing up on the screen for you now. So this is the actual glaive set. Once I get the set completely built, then I will make another update video about this to see actually if this is the better set to go for or to stick with Carnifex. The only reason I think the Royal Sentries set might be better is because it is heavy armor. It does give you a little bit more armor and health. However, the buffs on it, I think it's going to be very dependent actually on different situational skills and everything. And the 4 pieces of the Royal Sentries armor requires you to use Arc of Steel, which again I'm not 100% on. I think the skill I would lose to actually put this into my rotation is too much, but I will definitely try it and I will make a further update video on it. So just want to show you a couple of duels with one of my housemates, Kane, who is just down here waiting for me very kindly, just to show you the kind of damage that this thing does pump out. So I will do a couple of duels with Kane and I will show you firstly the rotations. So first rotation is my R skill, straight into my ultimate, and then a shift attack, and then the Breaker of Shields. That is 4 attacks there, and I've taken Kane out. Kane is in light armor because he is a dual blader. However, now I'm going to just show you with the attack buff actually how much more damage it does do before you do it. Same rotation, so R into your ultimate, into your Breaker of Shields. However, we're going to just pop that first. Even front damage, so that was 1 less hit there and we took out Kane. Even front damage with that ultimate though, you're hitting 10,000 damage almost on light armor opponents. That's huge in battle. So many times in battle have I been fighting someone that they had about half health, didn't really expect me to do much damage, and actually I've just popped my ultimate and it's done insane amounts of damage. So right there, 12k pretty much rounding up from a behind. So I'm going to do one more duel and I'm going to show you the difference between actually popping that buff first before doing it. It does make a huge amount of damage at those types of numbers. It's really worth doing, it's really worth putting in your rotation. So there, it's added on about 2,000 damage to that ultimate. That is absolutely nuts. Now imagine if you put this skill onto a load of heroes around you, a load of units around you, those guys are going to be pumping out a lot more damage very, very quickly. If there are any further questions about the glaive, if there's anything else you want to know about the glaive at all, please do let me know in the comments below. I'm just going to flash through a couple of the different glaive skins because I have all of them and some are very, very cool. Do enjoy the blue one here, and I enjoy the I think that's the Royal Dragon, the Blue Dragon one. Very cool glaive skins. But the glaive, very good weapon. If you've not yet tried the glaive, give it a go. You will not be disappointed at all by the glaive. Like I said, if there's any questions, any further advice you want, please let me know down in the comments below. What I'm going to do now is just let this video play out with a bit of glaive gameplay. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll look at doing further weapons as well in the future. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you out on the battlefield.